more new ransomware, because you guys seem to love watching systems getting destroyed. This time it is a critter called Kangaroo, and judging by the email address it uses for the ransom payment, it is probably also from Soviet Russia. No, it's not from Australia. No Aussies. They're probably not to blame for this. But, looking at the file properties, we do see Windows Explorer, that is the file description, and the original name that it's dropped as is explorer.exe. 18 kilobytes, really small in size, copyright to Microsoft, and it claims to be part of the Windows operating system. It's got a legitimate version number and things like that, so you wouldn't be able to guess. But that doesn't really matter, because this file is quite a bit different in terms of the payload delivery mechanism. This is not a ransomware that you just execute accidentally and end up getting infected by it. Instead, this is a tool for the cyber criminal to use to get you encrypted. So the attack vector for a threat like this is quite different. The funny thing is, when we go ahead and run it, you need to run it as administrator too. And when you do that, it gives us this actual GUI. It produces the unique ID and the encryption key that it's going to use to encrypt your files. So if you save this information, you can actually probably decrypt your files. But there's the catch. This is not going to be delivered to you in the way that we're running it right now. So the intention of the cyber criminals here is to infect computers which they have remote access to. So once they have remote access to your system through, say, a backdoor or some other kind of threat, maybe a botnet, then they can just run this threat on your computer. You would think it is explorer.exe running, but they will actually be running the ransomware. And then they can, just save this information. And once you hit copy and continue, that's when it does its destruction. So if you're lucky enough to be looking at your computer or having access to your system while this is being done, and when it's copied to the clipboard, if you save the key, then you probably can decrypt your files. But once you go past this window and the encryption key is lost, I don't think there is much you can do. So let's see what happens. So once we hit copy and continue, it locks up our screen. It says Windows has encountered a critical problem that needs your immediate action to recover your data. So they're not being very honest about it. They're kind of trying to make this seem as if this is a system failure and you need to pay them to resolve the problem with your operating system. So if you're a naive user, you may not realize that these are cyber criminals trying to get a ransom out of you. You might think that there's actually an issue with your computer that needs fixing. And you are always going to see the screen. Even if you reboot your computer, it's going to start up again. It makes those edits in the registry. It also adds a scheduled task, so this is going to keep popping up every time you open your computer. And you will need the decryption key and the quote-unquote unlock password to be able to access your system again. So let's see what happens if we attempt signing out. And that's another, funny part of this ransomware. So let me just insert a Control-Alt-Delete. Once again, if we open Task Manager, it just takes over. And it's ridiculously easy to do that, so why wouldn't the cyber criminals resort to that? But once we click on sign out, I think the system crashes. Yeah, now I'm pretty sure because nothing is happening. And there's a BSOD, and now we're going to reboot. And the moment we reboot, we're going to see another message, which I guess is supposed to seem legit. There you go. Attention, Windows has encountered a critical problem, needs your immediate action to recover your data. The system access is locked and all your data has been encrypted. The English reminds me again that these are people from Russia probably. That's too stereotypical because there are a lot of countries that don't use English as a primary language. But then again, I mean, at mail.ru, maybe it's a coincidence, maybe not. And it even says we are sorry for the inconvenience. Wow. So they'll do anything to seem legit. Once you hit OK, you do, log back into your system. And I'll use this moment to show you that the files have indeed been encrypted, as you can see. It says encrypted file, but it does give you the file names. And, then within a few seconds, the program runs and you no longer have access to your system. Of course, you can boot into safe mode and disable the startup of this particular application, but that doesn't get you your files back. So there you have it. Kangaroo Ransomware jumps out at you with this lock screen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Before I leave, I would like to talk about something else regarding TPSC. So I have been wondering if I should do more educational videos, in the sense that videos educating people about ransomware in general, or how encryption works, or how the various different algorithms for encryption works, and why you cannot recover your data, how ransomware is actually decrypted, and so on. If you would like to see any of that kind of content, please, vote on this video and let me know that you would like to see that. If you guys want it and I enjoy it, well, no reason why it can't be done. So once again, thank you very much for watching. This is Leo. Don't forget to subscribe to TPSC and consider supporting me on Patreon if you feel it was worth it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and as always, stay informed, stay secure.